Hi, it's Pastor Matt. Welcome to today's devotion. Today we're going to look at John chapter 8, verses 31 through 38. To the Jews who had believed in him, Jesus said, "If you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." They answered him, "We are Abraham's descendants and have never been slaves to anyone. How can you say that we shall be set free?" Jesus replied, "I tell you the truth. Everyone who sins is a slave to sin. Now a slave has no permanent place in the family, but a son belongs to it forever. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. I know you are Abraham's descendants, yet you are ready to kill me because you have no room for my word. I am telling you what I have seen in the Father's presence, and you do what you have heard from your father." So in this passage, we have Jesus saying that if they hold on to what Jesus has taught, they are his disciples talking to the people, and then they will know the truth, and the truth will set them free. A passage which you have probably heard before. Then they said that they're Abraham's descendants and they have never been slaves to anyone. Um, but if we think about that, we think about actually a passage we read not long ago about the Israelites being slaves in Egypt. And of course, these people in Jesus' day would know about that. And now in this time, they are under Roman occupation. So for them to say that they've never been slaves to anyone is sort of an odd thing for them to say. Um, but then Jesus is talking to them again, saying, "I tell you the truth, everyone who sins is a slave to sin," because he is not talking about being an actual slave, but a slave to sin, a different kind of slave, as he often did, not talking about um, one thing, but something different, talking figuratively, not about um, what people thought he was talking about, and here talking about a different kind of slave, um, and then saying that he would he would set them free from that sin, and that they would be slaves no longer, um, and setting them free from that type of slavery, that sin would then be going to the cross and giving them that grace, that everlasting life, and that forgiveness. And of course, the people here did not understand what he was talking about at this time, but later would. Um, and we, reading this passage, know what he's talking about because we have the knowledge of the Bible, and reading that and reading ahead, and knowing what's coming. They did not know that at that time. So a couple things to think about today here. Um, how have you been a slave to sin in your life? What are some ways that you have been a slave to sin? And then how has Jesus set you free from that sin? And then with that, um, what has knowing the truth, um, what has knowing uh, that truth set you free to do? So a few things to think about today as you go throughout your day. Let's say a prayer. Gracious God, we thank you for sending Jesus to spread a message of love and peace and truth and setting us free from our sin, giving us that message of truth. And today we ask you to knowing that truth, knowing the truth, and being set free. We ask you that we can spread your message to those we encounter, sharing of your grace that we have been given because we have been set free. All of these things we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Have a good day.